balance everybody, balance these athletes so that they're not compensating in their throw or in their catch or in their batting or whatever. I want to talk to you a little bit about how important nutrition is. We generally follow the guidelines of eating right for your type, eating right for your blood type. I have found that when clients have eaten correctly for their blood type, a lot of their inflammation issues have a tendency of disappearing across the board, across the blood types. The thousands of clients that I've worked on who adhere to eating correctly for their blood type have a lot fewer health issues and a lot fewer problems that had plagued them in the past. I can tell who has eating right for their type when they're on my table, who has not eaten right for their type, and to the degree of compliance. I've been able to tell them to the degree of compliance that they have eaten correctly for their blood type. Nutrition plays a very, very vital role in filling up the person's lymphatic system. There's basically three categories of foods that we put all food in for every blood type: highly beneficial foods, neutral foods, and toxic foods. Highly beneficial and neutral are okay to eat, but the avoid list or the toxic list is foods that you want to stay away from for your various blood types. Eating the correct foods is likening to running your gasoline car on high-grade premium fuel. If you burn high-grade premium fuel in your gasoline car, what happens is there's fewer emissions comes off the burning of the fuel. There's less repair work, less maintenance work. There's less carbon buildup on the cylinders and the pistons and the valves, etc. There's less maintenance, less breakdowns, etc., etc. There's less wear and tear on the engine. If you burn neutral fuel in your body, equivalent out to burning regular gas in your car, there's more carbon buildup, more maintenance, more things that less gas mileage, things that you don't readily see from day to day, but over long term mean a lot. Now, if you fill up your car with diesel fuel, it's like eating the avoid list. If you fill up your car with diesel fuel, you maybe get down the block, half a block, and you're going clunk, 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 and you're dead in the water, right in the middle of the street. And it just clogs up everything. It just clogs up and it just is so hard on the engine, and to the point that the engine will not fire and will not function properly at all. And your body's the same way. You can burn premium grade fuel in your body. You can burn a neutral fuel in your body, or you can burn toxic fuel in your body, the diesel fuel, and you won't go very far. We deal with concentrated whole foods nutrition and precursors to whole foods. They have a dumping effect on this mucus and on this inflammation throughout the body. Also, we use oils inflammation reduction oils that pass through the blood-borne barrier immediately when applied and have an instant inflammation reduction properties within them. If I were to give you a value of 1 for the therapy, and I would to add a value of 1 for the oils, using the two together is not a value of 2. Using them together, there's a multiplication factor there. There's a value of 5 to 7. So there's a 5 to 700% increase in using them together. I get 5 to 700% quicker, better inflammation reduction than just using them independently of each other. Now, when we add on eating correctly for your blood type, and eating concentrated whole food nutrition and precursors to whole food, then there is a multiplication factor in addition to that. And we're seeing a 20 to a 25% or 2,500% increase in inflammation reduction therapy when we introduce concentrated whole food, eaten in the right concentrations at the right time of day, with the right combinations, and the precursors to whole food. Just a phenomenal improvement. Okay. Now the Inflammation Reduction Institute. I want to talk to you a little bit about that. First of all, from a student standpoint, this modality is different than any other modality that I've ever seen. What we will teach at the Inflammation Reduction Institute is not taught anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. I have worked on people that have traveled, doctors, chiropractic, medical doctors, osteopaths, naturopaths, massage therapists, nurses, all over the world, and I have yet to have one person. I've lectured in over 70 different schools around the country, and I have yet to have one school or one person ever tell me they've ever seen anything like this or seen the results that I get. Not one time. And so that tells me that this therapy is not done out there. Nobody does it. This is something that's been given to me. From a professional standpoint, I've worked on doctors from China. A doctor from China. I worked on an Olympic gymnast from China. On the Olympic gymnastics team. I worked on the son of a prominent doctor from China. All three of them, independently of each other, said no one is doing this modality or this therapy anywhere in China. It's not being done. And when it comes to medical doctors in China, and when it comes to the national gymnastics team in China, they don't take shortcuts on their health care. And this is not done anywhere in China. I was invited to Beijing, Shanghai, and Hong Kong to teach this in China, because they each independently of each other said, you need to come to China and you need to teach this, and this is where I'm from, so we'll bring you to Shanghai, we'll bring you to Beijing, or we'll bring you to Hong Kong, and you need to teach this there, because this is, nobody in all of China is doing anything like this in China. 95% of what is taught at the Inflammation Reduction Institute is not taught anywhere else in the world at this point in time. I want to establish the Inflammation Reduction Institute as a non-for-profit entity, so we can work with and we can do research with Parkinson's Foundation, the National Kidney Foundation, the Lupus Group Foundation, the Cancer Foundations, and research doctors that do research on these various autoimmune issues. I want to work with medical doctors. We want to, when the students finish with their practicals and written exams, our students will be working in medical doctors' offices to do their intern and externships in medical doctors' offices. And to my knowledge, we will be the first in the country to do that as a therapy, or under the umbrella of Massage Therapy School. Indiana College of Massage is the umbrella corporation over the Inflammation Reduction Institute. And so we want our therapists that come in to learn different modalities, massage, deep tissue, shiatsu, craniosacral, myofascial release, Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, various types of massage work, to also learn how to do inflammation reduction therapy through the Internet or the Inflammation Reduction Institute. But we want to work with medical doctors and bring this into the mainstream medicine. All this is, and we've got ties. We've made ties with the NFL, and so that we can work on NFL teams. We've made ties with the NBA team, so we can work on national basketball programs all over the country, and through Canada also. We want to take this to the world, and we want to do it in first-class fashion. Even though this, for your benefit, Joshua, is not a first-class recording. It's about the best I got.
That's okay.